Morning, morning, afternoon, evening. I just want to prove to Millie that I'm still playing with one of the presents that she sent me. Oh, wonderful. My what is it called? Just a minute. My Loom flute. This is one of the presents that motorised Millie sent me for Christmas. Very kind it was too. What is this flute about? It is a Loom flute. It says, attract and communicate with the loons. Duplicate the 4 calls of the common loon. So hopefully, at some point, a duck, because they actually look a bit like ducks, rather, according to the picture on the bit of paper that come with the musical instrument. Very nice. I'm sure there's a way of doing this. Anyway, my marvellous flute that motorised Millie sent me. Welcome along, boys and girls. This is United Kingdom Talk, our 3 times a week recorded show. And of course, we do a live show as well. That's on Monday nights at 6 p.m. UK time. And you can join in by Skype, email or telephone. Now, to find that, very, very simple. Go to the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Top left-hand corner, there's a picture of me looking rather gorgeous. I mean, I fancy myself, even if no one else does. There's a picture of me sitting there with a grey T-shirt on, and it says, listen live, click here, click on there, on Mondays at 6 p.m, and you can delve into my live 1-hour show. Well, at least I say it's every week. It'll be this week, and then I think we got 3 weeks off while I'm on holiday to Australia. Okay. Now, we ought to do a bit of an email catch-up show today because there's a few more still hanging around from just around the Christmas period. But I have to tell you, boys and girls, I'm going to tell you something now, and I don't want you to think bad of me. Okay? This is our little secret. Okay? I promise you won't feel bad. I'm not going to tell you. I won't tell you if you feel bad about me. Okay. I have been to the doctors this morning. I am now on steroids. I know, shocked and horrified. When the doctor said, I'm going to put you on a course of steroids, I suddenly thought to myself, I don't want bulging muscles. Do you? I actually don't like that look. You know, men with great big fat bulging muscles and veins going all the way to... I think that is the most vile look. It's worse than being really fat. I hate that look with the bulging muscles and all that. And I thought to myself, am I now going to get bulging muscles? I don't want bulging muscles. However, I have been put on a very short course of steroids because my breathing has not recovered from my recent visit to my sister's, and the doctor is convinced it's to do with the dogs and the cats that were up there. Short course of 5 days should sort it out, apparently, because my blue puffer isn't working well at all. So we'll see what happens. I haven't actually had the first tablet yet. I've come straight up here to admit to you that I'm now on steroids. Oh, it's a terrible thing, dear. A terrible thing. I mean, you hear about these people in gym who are on steroids, don't you? Although I have a feeling that they're not the same thing. I mean, there's no syringes in... God help me if I ever become diabetic or something terrible like that, where you have to inject yourself. How do people do that? Oh, God, you got a syringe. Oh, no. Whenever I've had blood taken or anything like that, I do not look, dear. I would faint on the floor to watch my life ebbing away into that small test tube, dear. Or more, depending on what's wrong with you. Oh, they're always they're always sucking blood out of me for tests. What are they looking for? That's the thing. They are removing my life before your very eyes. Oh, to take the camera and the recording equipment into the doctor's, I think, or the clinic one time. And then you can see what they do to me, dear. And they you know when you're having blood taken or anything like that, or the dentist, okay? And they're really friendly, aren't they? And it just makes me, why are they being so friendly? You know, what are they really doing with that blood? Are they looking for things? Or maybe they're selling it to someone else, dear. That's it. It's the Americans again. I know what you lot like. I like collecting things, aren't you? You love collecting things, the Americans. They love it. Someone is selling Chris Reardon from United Kingdom Talk, blood on the eBay. They must be. I must look it up when I get back to you. I must. So there we are. I'm on a short course of steroids to hopefully sort out my breathing. It was really bad yesterday. And the most awful cough. However, today it's a lot better. I will say it is a lot better today after I had a sleep last night. So I'll keep my fingers crossed and everything will be all right. I had a lovely day yesterday, actually. My best friend Ronnie came round and he spent the day with me and we did lots of things. And I want to tell you all about them, but I don't think I've got time today. I'm going to have to wait till the next show because I want to clear up some of the emails that have been hanging around just before the new year, OK? First of all, from Tom Harris, who hosts the podcast, TomHarrisUSA.com. Hope you had a great holiday. It was a quiet one for me, as Pete is busy with his various family obligations. Now, he was questioning Robert's elves. You know, Robert in Iceland, because he's got elves. Oh yes, he's got his very own elves. I did, in fact, attempt to question the local elves. And he says, actually, I think they were part of the Chicago Brotherhood of Elves, Union Local number 773. Trying to ascertain just how Robert, an admitted non-elf, could possibly have become king of the elves. I see your point here, Tom. How can you have a non-elf become king of the elves? Mind you, you know... Oh, I'm just trying to think of an example there. And what I was going to say isn't going to come out right. It sounds stupid, so I stopped myself saying, see, I do actually think before I speak. I do try and think before I speak. Unlike Ross Patzelt, who just opens his mouth and it all comes out. You can have a little listen to his podcast, rosspatselt.co.uk. He also does a live show on Monday, straight after me, and you can find him by clicking on the same place, all right? The place that I've mentioned earlier in the show. Tom says... The reaction of the elves was to mutter darkly and fling lutefisk at me. What on earth is lutefisk? He says, something seems to be very fishy there. Could Robert have possibly enslaved the local elf population of Iceland and forced them to live behind his stairs? We know he has an elf butler, Smarty Pants. Does he have other elf slaves? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, that's very interesting. You should say, do you think Robert in Iceland is luring elves into a false sense of security? Is that what's going on there? Worth a thought, isn't it? Tom says, lutefisk is a particular nasty Scandinavian dish. Oh, I mean, all that blooming food they eat in Iceland sounds absolutely vile, doesn't it? Whales and fish things. He says, it consists of whitefish or cod fillets soaked in lye or lee until it reaches a jelly-like consistency. Oh, how vile does that sound? That sounds like jellied eels. There are actually people in the UK who eat jellied eels. And I've seen them, and they look the most vile things that you've ever discovered in your life. Almost a bit like eating those cockles and whelks. Sticking them in with a little pin thing and eating them out of the shell. Oh, no. Tom says it's very popular in places where there are a lot of Norwegians and Swedish people. I mean, their breath must stink, mustn't it? It must stink, their breath. He says, like Minnesota and Wisconsin here in the States. Oh, is that right? Have you got Norwegians, lots of Norwegians and Swedish people in Minnesota and Wisconsin? That's funny. Motorised Millie has never mentioned this. It's not quite as gross as hakal, which is an Icelandic midwinter delicacy, consisted of putrefied shark meat left buried in the ground for 6 to 8 weeks. Oh, it makes my stomach turn, this is, but certainly unpleasant in the same tradition, and is no doubt rare here in the States because of the relative lack of sharks in our colder regions. Oh, how vile. They do eat some very strange things in the Scandinavian countries, I tell you that now. Incidentally, mentioning Millie there, Millie, I've been looking for your beautiful colour book of Minnesota. that you sent me. The lovely colour pictures and that. What a wonderful, wonderful state that looks. It actually looks really nice there, especially the prairie. You know, all the grasslands and all that is. I have been looking at your book. Beautiful book. Thank you very much for that. Carl in Yorkshire, again, sent this just before Christmas. He says, because Carl is very short. Now, I too am not a very tall person, but Carl is even shorter than me. And I told him to get a job in a circus. And he says, get a job in a circus? What a cheek, dear. No, you see, Carl, you can't use the term dear, I'm afraid. That's only for me. Okay? Please don't use the term dear unless you want to become a puff as well. And then you will have to fill in a full application form, copied 5 times, and sent in triplicate, quadrupulate and siculate to my usual email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Please send it through. Thank you very much. He says, never mind, I'll add it to the list as follows. Now, jobs that Carl, because he's only little, could do. Test pilot for Airfix. Good idea, Carl. I'd love to see you smashed up in a plane. I really would. Test driver for Scalextrics. Do you really think you can go that fast? I don't think so, Carl. You come across to me as a man that moves very, very slowly in life. Train driver for Hornby. Hornby Electric Railways. Now you're talking, boy. Yes. Or maybe help build houses for Lego. Do you know that Lego stuff? It's horrendously expensive, isn't it? I love all of those things. Airfix, Scalextrics, Hornby, Lego. He says, these jokes are probably older than you, and that's saying something. What does he mean by that? Incidentally, I believe I am a couple of inches taller than Kylie Minogue. Well, in that case, she won't be interested, will she? So you've missed out on another young lady. Terrible, terrible. Now, where are we going now? Let me see. Oh, I've got this picture here of someone's computer surrounded by Christmas decorations. Now, I did have another picture with me on the last show. I think this is Robert's picture. Of course, a few weeks old now, of his computer surrounded by Christmas decoration. There's a little crib on the top, a little Christmas tree. Wonderful. Those of you watching on YouTube can always have a look at these pictures when I show them to the camera. The only thing is they're in black and white. When I print pictures off there, and the computer isn't in black and white. Don't be silly now, dear. Don't be silly. Come on. No, just when I print off the pictures, they are black and white because I've only got a black and white printer. I don't find it necessary to have a colour one. Right. Now I've just lost a bit of paper, which is a quite important piece of paper because it tells me what time to finish the show. I can never remember what time I finished. Oh no, where's that gone? Oh dear me. We're all over the place, aren't we, again? Oh no, where's my bit of paper? Oh, I can smell my dinner wafting up the stairs. Oh, there it is. That's the bit of paper I need. Good. I can smell my dinner wafting up the stairs. I've got my usual vegetable, kind of Mediterranean vegetable medley in the oven. I've got a great big jacket potato cooking in there, 190 degrees centigrade. I've got a sliced up carrot. I've got onions, tomatoes. What's the other thing? Pepper and mushrooms in olive oil in the oven, 1 hour. Oh, delicious. I can smell it wafting up the stage. Up the stairs, rather. Incidentally, did you spot the deliberate mistake on the last show? Those of you that watch the show via YouTube will have noticed, no one noticed. It said 3rd of January. Well, it wasn't, was it? It was 2nd of January. No one noticed. It said Saturday the 2nd, and I spend ages doing all these little credits and things like that. No one ever notices it's a blooming thing. I don't know why I bother. I really don't know why I bother. Eh? Oh, you don't know why I bother either? Well, don't bother. We won't bother together then, will we? Eh? If you ever want to watch the show, as well as listen, simply go to the usual website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and there we are in vision as well. Do you know, it's coming up to 2 years now since I've been doing these little shows in video as well. 2 years. Where's the time go? We've come a long way, haven't we? I think we've come a long way. Here I am in my purpose-built little studio in the spare bedroom, to be honest. You know, sofa here, big black curtain behind me, little items on a shelf next to me, television screen behind me, showing the film at the moment, actually, of Christmas at my sister's. Come a long way. Lights, proper lights. It's ever so bright in here, you know. Proper lights in front. Well, I say proper lights. It's a long strip light, and all energy-saving bulbs. I want to point that out. It's actually quite bright in here. I come out of here, I can't see. You know, I go blind for 10 minutes. Terrible. Hello to Gloria. Gloria, who sends lots of lovely photos of the snow where she is. Hi, Chris. Today at work, I was listening to your show from Christmas Eve. Yeah, this is the thing, but you can listen to any of the shows at any time. You know, if you're in August and you feel a little bit like Christmas again, why not pull out the show, any of the Christmas Day or Christmas Eve shows from years gone by? Because we've been going now since October 2005. This October coming, God willing, will be the United Kingdom Talk 5th anniversary. 5 years of me talking jack rubbish. 5 years of me talking rubbish. And you're still there. What on earth are you doing, sitting there, listening to this rubbish every half hour, every week, eh? Dear me. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? There must be better things to do with your life than sit there watching this. Hi, Chris. Today at work, I was listening to your show from Christmas Eve. I always enjoy your shows, even though you don't hear from me very often. It's a nice thing to say. You mentioned you were having some light snow. Yes, we were a few weeks ago. I thought I'd send you a couple of pictures from Amy's house in Omaha, Nebraska. They had a blizzard. Thursday it was ice on Wednesday, then snow on Thursday, Christmas Eve, and more snow on Friday, Christmas Day, and they still are having light snow on Boxing Day. Over 300 churches cancelled their Christmas church services. Oh my God. The snowplows are out doing the main roads, and they have said they will probably get to the residential streets on the Sunday or the Monday. In the meantime, Amy, Tim, Trevor and Libby have been snowed in, you poor things. Forced to sit there and listen to more episodes of my podcast. Unbelievable. Amy's dying to get in and out and go to all of the Christmas sales, but it will be impossible for a day or so. Well, I've been to the Christmas sales and I bought something wonderful and marvellous. But because I haven't got time to tell you today, dear. I want to tell you what I did yesterday, but I can't. There's no time. It's so much to tell you. So much. There really is. I'm getting overexcited now. Pass me a glass of water. Oh, there's no one here. Still. Not sure if you have the time, but if you get a minute, take a look at www.omaha.com, which is the local newspaper, and the front page has some really good pictures of what looks like a blizzard, or of what a blizzard looks like. Wishing you a Happy New Year from your friend Gloria. Oh, Gloria, you're lovely. I know you're there, darling. Do you know, you've been in contact with me for years now, haven't you? Years. And Gloria sent some pictures. There's her car. I think that's her car stuck in the snow. A couple of pictures. And it really... there goes all my bits of paper. 1 minute. What else have we got here? Pictures of her car there. And the garden. It looks ever so deep, that snow. I mean, to be honest, Gloria, the snow wasn't as deep as that here. But it unfortunately stopped everything moving. Oh, excuse me, sniffing like that to you. I couldn't get to work on that Monday. It was awful. Hello to Lisa in sunny California, in crazy California. Dear Chris, it was awful of me not to send you at least an emailed Christmas card. I had forgotten to send even a card to you and Suko. Truth is, I had not planned to celebrate Christmas this year. Mum's not being here to get a present or celebrate with me really started to get to me near the beginning of the month. It was feeling like it was the first Christmas without her, in fact. Know exactly what you mean, my darling. You know, my mum died November 2000. And every night I talk to her. Every night in bed, before I go to sleep, I thank them for being such wonderful parents. And then I kind of drift off. I'm drifting off most of the time, to be honest. I'm in a world of my own all the time, Lisa, you know that. I'm just not here. I mean, am I here at the moment? I don't know. Is this all a wonderful dream? Or in your case, listening or watching this, a bad dream? Know what you mean. Christmas comes around, the thoughts of mum's Christmas dinner and all that always comes and hits you in the face, doesn't it, Lisa? I feel for you, my darling. She says, but then I got a few happy little surprises, and therefore I made a point to try to get myself into a better frame of mind and mood. And I think I also started feeling good coming from the spirits of my mum and my nana as well. Before I knew it, I was putting up the stockings and even went ahead and wrapped gifts. Well, I don't wear stockings. People think I do. I don't know why that is. People think I wear stockings and suspenders, and I just want to point that out. I don't do women's clothes. Okay? I'm not just saying that for your benefit. I really don't do women's clothes. I don't know how you do it, girls. Pulling up those stockings and attaching them with those little clip things. Dear, dear me. And what is it? What is it about husbands and boyfriends, ladies, that actually like these things? I don't understand. It's a bit of material, for God's sake, isn't it? Don't understand the attraction of stockings and suspenders. Really don't. She says, got myself out and about, sent a few cards to those on my old Christmas card list. I also watched several of the old-fashioned classic movies, even had some eggnog with a little rum. Oh, let's buy all that stuff. Oh, bleh. Oh, bleh. It was a pretty nice Christmas after all. I have a confession, though. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It was 1 year since my last confession. Let us hear your confession. I only just caught up on watching your YouTube shows today. I had missed all the shows since December the 10th. God's sake. We could have had a competition where you might have won a holiday to England, dear, and you would have missed it. You've got to keep up with the time, dear. I'd missed all the shows since December, including the interview with the handsome pub owner. Oh, for God's sake, don't tell him that, because I'll never hear the end of it. You mean Justin? The handsome pub owner. He used to fancy me, actually. He did. I didn't fancy him, though. What can you do? She says, phew, I've finally caught up with your shows now. Yeah! I hope I do not miss another one of your new live shows. I have to find out what the time difference is between us. I have Skype, but I haven't tried using it yet. Maybe I will call into the show via phone one day. Yeah, you do. Do whatever you like. Use any method of communication that suits you, my darling. My lines are open. I really do love the live show format. In fact, like many people, I prefer live shows. Radio, TV, theatre. Live is so much more in the moment. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it brings out the best and real unique personality in each individual person. The little slips are also much fun too. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I'm really enjoying doing the live show as well. I think I might like to slide another one in somewhere. However, would it be okay, do you think, to knock one of the recorded shows on the head and take up another live show at some point? If you've got any thoughts on that, I'd like to know. Now, if there weren't so many people downloading this show as a recorded show now, I probably would decide it myself. But I'd like to know how you feel, okay, about having one of these recorded shows dropped, so there'd only be 2 half-hour shows a week, and having another live show put on, which would be an hour. So I'd love your thoughts on that, please. Do let me know on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Of course, this wouldn't be till February now because I'm about to go on holiday. But it would kind of make sense to go on holiday, and if I was going to make any changes, start them when I restart in February, wouldn't it? That would kind of make sense because the break is already there. So do let us know what you think about that. How would you feel about me dropping one of the recorded shows, or even 2 of the recorded shows, and then having an extra live show, or maybe 2 extra live shows? That would be 3 live shows a week, and they are an hour long. Your thoughts on that, please. I really would like to know your thoughts on that. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. She says, I will close now by saying a belated Happy Christmas and a very blessed New Year 2010 to you and yours, Chris, and to all the United Kingdom Talk family everywhere. So thank you for that, Lisa. Lovely email there, my darling. Lovely, lovely email. Where are we going now? Oh, is this our last... This could well be our last Christmas email. From Robert in Iceland. Dear Chris and friends of United Kingdom Talk, as requested, please find attached said pictures of his nobbiness, the King of the Elves, and Count to the Hall of Fairies, and the Dude the Dalek. Now, I remember, Robert, you saying just before Christmas, I do believe you wanted a helicopter, a remote-controlled helicopter, and a Dalek for Christmas. Well, it looks like he's got the Dalek. There's a picture here. This is not any ordinary Dalek, I tell you. This is the one with the bits round the side of the head. And there's a picture of Robert. So those of you watching on YouTube, this is what Robert of Iceland, King of the Elves, looks like. Wonderful. You might want to dye your hair, actually. It's looking a bit grey, to be honest, Robert. And it's a good picture. It's a good picture of him and his Dalek there. That's a good picture, Robert. And you do look a bit like it. Were you an elf? Is it possible to be an elf in your last life, Robert? That's the question. He says, this is a picture of my Christmas present, the Dalek. Glad to report that he has now got the bellows stairs staff in shape now. What, the Dalek? Is he pushing them all? You obey the Dalek. Do obey. Obey the Dalek. I'm very good at... I could be a Dalek, couldn't I? I think I might be a Dalek, actually. I'm certainly an alien. God knows what planet I've come from. It's a truly wonderful just how a bit of extermination motivates the staff. From Robert the Viking. Thank you, Robert. That's a great picture there. That's a great picture. What I've got to do, actually, is collect all these pictures together in a folder on the computer, I think, and have them going around on the screen behind me there, which would be quite a nice thing to do. I've already said that I was going to do that. I've never actually got around to doing it. So if you've got any more pictures to send in, send them through. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Usual email address Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, is that all the emails? Oh, hang on. What's this? Oh, hang on a minute. No, that picture I showed you earlier. Oh, it's got to be this one, isn't it? Sorry. No, I've got confused. It's hardly surprising, is it? Just a minute. Where's that picture now? All these bits of paper on the floor everywhere. I'm not the tidiest of people. Here it is. Oh, it's Doug. I beg your pardon. Doug in Akeley. Christmas decorations in my room. There we are. What's that picture again? Christmas decorations in my room. And he says, some of these are from when I was a kid, like the manger, which is at the top of the picture there. This constitutes... hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Some of these are from when I was a kid, like the manger parents... like the manger. Parents got that back in the 1960s. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's not tight. It's just nice to keep decorations for years and years and years. It really is. My sister, she's got an artificial Christmas tree. It's the most beautiful tree, and it's ever so tall. She spent £90 on it, but it's 9 years old. And if you spend the money from the outset, you get good quality. And I actually don't think... I don't think you should have a real Christmas tree anymore. Just have an artificial one. They're so much easier. And the ones, I've taken all my decorations down now. It went away so easily, just folded down into the box, back in the cupboard for next year. And to keep bringing them out time and time again, it gives you memories of the past as well, doesn't it? Anyway, that's it from the show today. As always, boys and girls, thanks very much for listening and watching the show. Do join on the email. It's Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you soon. Bye-bye.